for 13 months. In front of him, three central defenders, with Graham Hogg recalled after knee trouble. In midfield, Strachan, Robson and Whiteside form an impressive trio, and Davenport and Terry Gibson the pairing up front with Liam O'Brien, the substitute. Howard Kendall kept his selection under wraps until half an hour before kick-off. No changes in defence, but an interesting move in midfield with Alan Harper brought into a five-man pack. Adrian Heath is the sole recognised striker, Paul Wilkinson relegated to substitute. Everton's lead over Arsenal is measured only by goal difference. Neither Arsenal nor Spurs are fighting for league points today. They play in the Littlewoods Cup semi-final tomorrow. Ron Atkinson, your thought on the team selections?
Certainly both sides have concentrated on flooding midfield. Howard Kendall's selection particularly interests me. It looks as if he's built a side, or selected a side, not to get beaten. From United's point of view, I think psychologically the absence of Sheedy and Sharp, who've both been thorns in the side over recent years, will give the United lads a big lift. And they're going to really put a lot of emphasis, Everton, on Heath. Upfield on his own, a little bit like Clive Allen does for Tottenham. Be interesting to see whether they can have the same sort of success as Allen's had.
Who's your money on?
I don't think United will get beaten, and I think a draw would suit Everton, to be perfectly honest with you. If you put me on a spot at this very moment in time, I think I'd go for United to win it.
Referee Vic Callow from Solihull. Everton followers may remember that he sent off Neville Southall at Chelsea last season. Manchester United are unbeaten in their last 6 league games. That's their best run since that sensational start to last season, when the tally was 15. Everton blown off course by that Wimbledon whirlwind in the FA Cup last Sunday. And maybe as a measure of respect for the opposition, how significant will it be that both managers have changed from their normal formation? Alex Ferguson not helped by the injury to Jesper Olsen at Chelsea a week ago. Midfield could be a minefield. First free kick goes Norman Whiteside's way. And Ian Snowden, whose only previous match on this ground was for Leeds United's reserves, gets an early telling off from Vic Callow, along with Whiteside. Both very committed performers. Five weeks ago, Manchester United roared into Arsenal here when they came here topping the First Division. And George Graham's side just didn't have the answer. Will Manchester United be able to recapture the same mood? Considering the stature of the two clubs, it is remarkable that Everton have lost only one of the last 13 meetings between them, and that was the FA Cup final in 1985. Snowden, and Bailey hesitated. Heath, the angle is tight, and Gary Bailey was able to pour it behind. He'd set off then, and the early moments for him will be a test of the nerves. Bailey came, left it to Strachan, who couldn't really deal with it, but was back when the cross came in. Everton have the corner. And that was McGrath, not very far. Moran. Harper went in with foot raised, a purposeful header from Kevin Moran. Back from Reed. Paul Power has gone across to take the corner initially. Now making his way back to his more favoured side of the field. Whiteside. Terry Gibson does enjoy positions when he can twist to face the goal and use his acceleration. On occasion the ball wasn't really within reach. Ratcliffe. Over Colin Gibson, collected by Stephen. It was a tremendous pass. In from Stephen. Harper beaten by McGrath. Stephen again. Wanted to play it back, and he saw Ian Snowden darting forward. The run was covered by Brian Robson. That may be in the tactical plan of Everton. Push Snowden on to help Heath, but it's Davenport. Whiteside, the game's first shooting chance, and Southall will reclaim it. Norman Whiteside arrived late on proceedings, and that was to Manchester United's advantage. And it may well be that midfield players breaking forward will hold the key here. Davenport. Warren got across to receive the throw. The danger for Manchester United, and Whiteside really was so late there that he's provoked a reaction from Everton, not from the player who was fouled, incidentally, Ian Snowden. He's got so much talent, Norman Whiteside. It would be a shame if he is remembered mostly for tactics which border on the bullying. And he sees a referee's notebook again. Hogg's header. As he was fouled by Adrian Heath. Manchester United, remember, have already won at Liverpool and beaten Arsenal here. Another opportunity for them to have a say in the championship race from their mid-table position. Harper turning into trouble in the shape of Duxbury, and then Robson. Manchester United going a-hunting. They've got the throw with 15 minutes remaining in the first half. And now they have a corner. Graham Hogg waiting by the near post. Robson left it for Moran. From outside the area, it was on target. Ian Snowden guarding the post. It came through the crowd. Second corner not played deep enough by Colin Gibson. Stuck and busy to receive the throw. Davenport just half a yard short, homing in against the club which had a good look at him for some 14 months in their junior team and then decided not to offer him a professional contract. You can hardly breathe in that area in and around the centre circle. Very, very congested in there. Whiteside. Moran finding Hogg. I think was quite ready for the ball to come to him. He's given it away. Robson purposefully trying to get it back. A strange one from Power, but that's where the numbers suit Everton. And Harper spreads it wide for Stephen. 4 to his left. Snowden is one, and Adrian Heath came in behind him. That's where Everton can spring forward. Clipped in by Trevor Stephen. Snowden couldn't climb high enough, but in fact in the end put Heath off coming in behind him. Southall will have to stop it going behind. It came off Ratcliffe. It's given Manchester United possession close to the corner flag. Robson. Here's Moran. Away on the far side, Colin Gibson is pulled out to try and get in for a deep cross, but the cross was dragged in too close to the goalkeeper. Trevor Stephen, well, he just whacked it on, and it's put Adrian Heath through. Past Bailey, and now he'll have to check. Everton have got up. Stephen again. Power! Off the bar! Reed, Snowden. Well, the closest we've come to a goal in the first half, after 36 minutes. Trevor Stephen played it through. Gary Bailey did enough to force Adrian Heath wide. And at this moment, he couldn't look to score directly himself. Bailey beaten a second time. Trevor Stephen saying, I'll have it here. And the man he picked out was Paul Power. Off the bar. Hogg. Moran. And Power bundled into Whiteside. Paul Power has played every game this season for Everton. That is extraordinary, as he was signed towards the end of his career as a squad player. And he's still doing it, although painfully there to Norman Whiteside in midfield. I'm sure Paul Power would prefer these days to be operating at left back. Whiteside back defending, and that's Van den Hauwe. Everton won 2 headers then, and very nearly broke through. Norman Whiteside had been arguing with the referee. Maybe still his dander up, as Watson won it first of all, and then another defender, Van den Hauwe, looking for a gap, couldn't find it. Whiteside. Colin Gibson has got a good angle on the cross. Moran missed the ball. Duxbury. The first really athletic save that Southall's had to make at his end. So as the first half wears on, the chances increase. Excellent work from Colin Gibson. You must, one would think, try and do more of that down the left-hand side in the absence of Olsen. Moran was a distraction in the end, and Southall saved from Duxbury. good defending, Kevin Ratcliffe, but the whistle had gone for some pushing around the near post. Manchester United weren't happy about the awarding of that free kick, but Vic Callow telling Brian Robson, who's refereeing the game. Stevens. Peter Reid chugging forward, Heath making the sharper movements. Hogg can only clear as far as Trevor Stephen. And this is where Everton are skilled as a unit, pressing the opposition back and keeping the ball, but they haven't kept the ball particularly well in the first half of this match. Judge from the crowd noise what the paying public thought of the first 45 minutes, but towards the end of the half, Paul Power sparked a flurry of activity. 5 minutes at Old Trafford. The midfield here has been like a motorway in the rush hour. You would cross it only at your peril. It's meant for an interesting first half tactically, but not in terms of genuine crowd enjoyment. Ron Atkinson, if any one player you'd pick out to influence the second 45 minutes, who would it be?
Yes, I think it would be Adrian Heath if he continues to do as he did in the first half. He's the man that's in the middle of United's three big centre-backs, but on the number of occasions that he's managed to lose his markers, including the time that he more or less set up the situation when Paul Power hit the bar, that would be very disturbing if for Alex Ferguson, I would think. And I'm sure he must have had words about the way Heath has been able to sort of, although he's a solo striker, how he's been able to get rid of markers so easily.
The onus really is on Manchester United, who have much less to lose and can afford to gamble a little bit in their style of play. Brian Robson will always take a chance, and he guides it down beautifully. Terry Gibson, Davenport tried to run it round the goalkeeper, and Neville Southall and Everton survived, but only just. Brian Robson competing well as the ball came in, and it was a clever knockdown. Terry Gibson hit his shot cleanly, Southall lost it, and Davenport was in for the kill. Robson. Ratcliffe with that power of recovery to get there, but not the header that he wanted, and Southall carried it out with the ball in his hands, it seemed, as Davenport threatened, but the referee, who was looking down the line of the penalty area that Southall was crossing, allowed Everton to get away with it. Strachan, Terry Gibson. Strachan will shoot, Brian Robson's in the way. And here's Snowden, and as Manchester United commit themselves, maybe on this occasion they've overcommitted themselves. Paul Power, Trevor Stephen to the near post, blocked though by Moran. You can never fault Everton for not sensing when to strike. They saw potential then, and the corner ends disappointingly for them. Liam O'Brien, who came here in the autumn from Shamrock Rovers, takes over from Peter Davenport, who still hasn't broken his run of never scoring against Everton. And Whiteside goes up front, O'Brien into midfield.
Thomas Marsden, stairway 17, case down immediately.
Watson. Well, Liam O'Brien is back in the first-team picture after that extraordinary episode at Southampton in January when he was sent off 2 minutes into the match. Terry Gibson, away from Van den Hauwe, collected by Duxbury. Now Strachan. Duxbury held up by Paul Power, but Strachan is wriggled free. Terry Gibson lost his bearings, but it came back for him. The two number 10s were the central figures then. Clever play by Strachan to pull out, to get a position for the cross, but then Terry Gibson went for it, while the Everton number 10, Ian Snowden, completely misjudged the bounce, allowing Gibson the shot. So Paul Wilkinson replaces Peter Reid with 13 minutes left. Wilkinson, who scored in the last two Everton games. He's gone into his normal forward role to give Heath a little bit of support up the field. There have been plenty of players arriving from deeper positions to help him out. McGrath, flick from Whiteside, Strachan emerged with the ball. He gets the better of Ratcliffe. McGrath! Manchester United looking for a storming finish here. And Strachan an increasing influence as the match draws to its conclusion. And McGrath strongly in with the header, but a yard wide. Well, Dave Watson will have painful memories of facing Norman Whiteside, who's now up in Manchester United's attack, because Whiteside broke Watson's nose, and Watson was a Norwich player. Stephen, and here's Wilkinson. Heath and O'Brien, did he use a hand there? The referee didn't see it if he did. The bounce was tricky, and the Manchester United substitute was facing his own goal. Liam O'Brien came in, and it hit him on the arm, but maybe not intentionally. The result is a corner. And now a goal kick. Watson. O'Brien. Harper, who's sat in there to good effect but couldn't claim possession then. Taken away by Brian Robson. Good defending from Stevens. Wilkinson. Gibson, Colin Gibson, Robson, in too much of a hurry. Stevens. Adrian Heath, whenever he's had the ball, has always tried to bring some purpose to the build-up. He's a bright young man. Watson's come up again. It's Wilkinson around the back. It's Trevor Steven moving in for the kill. And Manchester United there, grateful to Graham Hogg, who maybe has protected 1 point here at the cost of some personal damage. A great header across the face of the goal by Wilkinson. And Hogg and Bailey there as Trevor Steven came in right on the line. Strachan. Harper reluctant to release the ball. Harper, very nearly a pass with a killer look about it to Trevor Steven. Didn't reach its target. Gary Stevens. Colin Gibson. Strachan. O'Brien couldn't change direction quick enough. He's on the tall side for a midfield player. When he gets into his stride, he is a quick mover. Ron Atkinson's last signing, and he is a member of the playing staff that I know Alex Ferguson has high hopes for. McGrath. There have been many moments of real embroidering skill. Paul McGrath didn't get any joy with that either. He is a player who loves to manipulate a football. But it's been blood and thunder rather than a day for the ball players here at Old Trafford. Harper. He just a little slow that time to break beyond Wilkinson. Not often in this game Adrian Heath has been caught flat-footed. Brian. Well, Everton have been a jinx to Manchester United over the past couple of years. Though that jinx is going to stay, even if it's a share of the spoils today after defeat. But it's not over yet. Colin Gibson. Out by Watson. Now Duxbury. Strachan. 6 Manchester United players forward. Whiteside! There seemed no way that he could make a chance for himself then. Strachan. Southall's off his line. Elects the punch. Under pressure from Whiteside. McGrath, it won't run for Manchester United. Norman Whiteside desperately close to settling the destiny of this match in a final flurry, and the man who stopped him, Gary Stevens. to stoppage time. Everton drew here 2 years ago in their championship season. And they have a point to take back to Merseyside. Manchester United unable to hustle them out of their stride as they did Arsenal 5 weeks ago. Everton might have won it, but some bravery from Graham Hogg. But Manchester United, even after that, were desperately close to turning 1 point into 3. But Gary Stevens flung himself into the path of a Norman Whiteside shot. United now 7 games unbeaten in the First Division, evidence of the consistency they're seeking. Everton continue to chase.